shock, the nerve, the audacity.
Whoa! And we back, folks. We back. How's it going? It's about that time, boys. It's about that time. Today is March 14th. Today is officially the last day of the 2023-2024 regular season. I'm currently watching the Lakers game right now as we speak. I know the Knicks just won earlier today. And lots of things to get into. Not really only two topics because we're so focusing on the playoffs right now. So as you know who I am, my name is Luke. With me, Josh, Marvin as always, and today's special guest, we have Cyril. How are we doing today, fellas?
What's going on?
Hi guys, we miss y'all.
I need some more enthusiasm than that, Josh. Damn.
Now, you know I'm ready for these topics. I'm excited. We got a special topic at the end, too.
Yeah, as we told y'all, we're doing more things. We're doing more things in 2024.
Yes, sir. We're diversifying.
All right. But first, obviously, like I just said, last day of the NBA season. Obviously, the end of the season comes the season awards. We can talk about, I don't think we talked about this. I don't think we want to talk about it, but it just hit me in the head. Do we want to go all NBA teams?
All NBA teams.
No, I think we did that last time. Nothing's changed for me.
Yeah, I don't think much has changed for me.
Did we do last time?
When it comes to...
We did.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get it started with the MVP. So obviously we talked about this last time as well, but a lot happens in a week, 2 weeks in the NBA. So I believe we're all in agreement that our top five for MVP. I'll go top five. This is no particular order. Tatum, Jokic, Luka, SGA, and Jalen Brunson. Is that a curveball? Was that a curveball for you, some of y'all?
Crazy.
I don't think that's too crazy.
No, that's insane.
Why?
How about one of the guys who's tied for the best seed in the tougher conference, Anthony Edwards?
I was gonna say Anthony Edwards.
And he's been he might have been my MVP if the season ended in January.
That's what I'm saying. I was gonna say Anthony Edwards, but he's still balling. Don't get me wrong. He's still a hooper, but he's not balling as he was like the beginning of the season.
I think he's balling perfectly fine. And
I'm not saying he's in a slump.
Better.
I'm just saying
they're down their second best player and they're still tied for the number one seed.
No, I feel it, but I feel like, at the beginning of the season, like even like mid-season, like you said, throughout January, like I feel like we were just talking about him all the time, and like about his hooping, his game, his ability to fucking defend now. At the end of games, I think we were talking about him a lot more than we have in the last month or so. I don't think we've been talking about him a lot the last month or so.
I think that's more to do with. No, I don't think that has anything to do with how he's playing. I just think when it comes down to this year, it's very narrative based. So we talk about Luka a lot and Jokic winning his third, potentially, shit like that. I think that's just the direction the discourse has taken. I don't think he's playing any worse than he has been. I think they're playing, them as a team are playing great to be doing what they're doing without Cat. I just think we don't care because it's not as sexy a story as Luka averaging triple-double and Jokic winning his third in a row, and we do this.
I think when it comes
to
but
that's the thing. I'm not even. It's not like I'm replacing Luka with Ant. I'm replacing Ant with Jalen Brunson. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying Jalen Brunson has been. Well, he just had 40 today, and he got the Knicks to the second seed. I understand Cat hasn't played in a while, but Julius Randle has been down almost damn near the whole season. And Jalen Brunson really just keeps them afloat and got them to the second seed over Milwaukee, over Cleveland, over, I'm not gonna say Philly because he got hurt, but you know what I'm saying. He got them in the second seed,
I mean,
and I understand the Timberwolves are I think they're tied for first or second right now, but
tied for first.
I don't know, man. Jalen Brunson been balling all year long. I feel like we've been sleeping on him.
He's hooping, but I don't know. I just don't feel comfortable giving it to anybody who's coming out of the East, given the sheer competition in the West. Like when you're playing a bad team in the West, you're playing the Warriors. Like it's just so hard out there. So no disrespect to him and what he's been doing. I just, like that's great and all. I just think over the course of the year, there's really 4 guys to me, and it's really 3. I think it's Shea, Luka, and Jokic. Everybody else is sort of like close, but not quite there.
So what is it? So when it comes to like the official NBA ladder, they got Jokic right now number 1, Shea number 2, Luka number 3, Giannis number 4, Tatum number 5, 6 Sabonis, 7 Anthony Edwards, 8 Jalen Brunson, 9 Kevin Durant, 10 Devin Booker. I think that's fair. I feel like I don't know. I feel like Giannis is the person who's not really talked enough because Giannis has he's averaging 30.4 points per game, 11.5 rebounds per game, 6.5 assists per game. I feel like he's kind of like forgotten when it comes into it a bit. I think kind of when it comes to the Anthony Edwards thing, what he suffers from a bit is not really just his team success. It's just because his stats are just a little more normal than the others. Everybody else's stats, except Tatum's, is kind of freakish. You know what I mean? It's the abnormal, oh shit, this is kind of outrageous. You're like really, really like carrying the load. I'm not saying Anthony Edwards isn't carrying the load for his team. It's just like a lot more normal. You know what I mean? Those are stats that, I don't know, that's like second year Luka Doncic stats. You know what I'm saying? It's not anything out of worldly. It's just that his team success is really good, which part of it comes down to his team, you know? Because they did get a whole lot better. Gobert has definitely been having a good season. Cat, when he's healthy, has been doing good. They're constructed in a better way, and the fact that he became, you know, the leader of the team, the actual go-to guy, and is no longer Cat, I think that brought them to a new level. But until he's really at the point of like, oh, I'm touching 30 a game, at this NBA, at this offensively heavy NBA, he's going to have a hard time being up on that MVP ladder. You know what I mean?
It's hard to win MVP in this league if you're not averaging 30. Like,
yeah,
30s or a triple double. Like,
yeah.
So many guys doing crazy things. So, who do you
get? My pick for MVP really is SGA. The reason why I say Shy is because, I mean, you got to take a look at his team. I mean, he got nothing but young boys around him. They're battling out right now with Denver and Minnesota for the #1 seed. And when you kind of compare, you can only compare his situation similar to like Jalen Brunson and to Ant. Like these dudes are undeniably the man on their teams. Not saying the other guys aren't, but it's like their teams are a little bit better when you look at it. Look at the roster. When you look at SGA situation, it's like OKC not even supposed to be this good right now, to be honest with you. They're really not supposed to be, you know, arguably the #1 team in the toughest conference in the NBA, but they are. And it's like, it's mainly due to him. Me, I'm big on intangibles. So it's like, what in this NBA where like a lot of guys can just get crazy numbers and stuff like that, you got to pay attention to intangibles. He is the undefeated leader of that team in OKC. They rock by the sound of that man's beat. So it's like with SGA, I'm just looking at him like, yeah, he got it right now. He got it right now. He should get MVP. You look at what he's doing, it's a special season. And anybody that's able to get OKC and relevancy the way they are and they don't got a super team, you got to pay a closer eye to what's going on over there. And all I want to add to the Jalen Brunson argument is, you know, I think he should be in the mix too. You know, it means something when New York is in the mix. It really means something, like big picture wise. So like for him to be doing what he's doing in New York and Randall to be down, I mean, you gotta I mean, I don't see how I really find it hard to really not give him his credit and stuff like that. I don't got him winning MVP, but he definitely need to be, you know, in that mix, in that top 5 mix, because what he doing in New York, you know, it ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of people got to deal with that New York media and stuff like that. So it's like he doing it and he doing it with ease. He is the man. Moving forward, you know whose franchise it is in New York, and it goes to that man. And that dude, yeah, he's probably gonna make some noise in the playoffs. But depending on who they end up going up against in that first round, you know, we just gonna have to see. But yeah, that's what I think.
I also I'm a fan of voter fatigue. Like I want to see it go to someone else, bro. And I think it'd be really cool if it went to Shea to like recognize just how far that team's come from 10th place last year to now. And I don't care what anyone says. He's top 7, 8 in the league to me. I got him over a lot of niggas. Like
A lot of known niggas, a lot of known. Put the emphasis on that. A
some
lot
Hall
of
of Famers,
known.
some first ballot Hall of Famers. I'm taking
Yes,
now
yes.
out of these dudes. I'm not even
Really?
He's unstoppable. He's a matchup nightmare. He's a leader too. I like what I see from him on the court, just in the way he interacts with the teammates and the way they respect him and just the direction that team's going. I feel similarly about the Knicks as well. So I would love to see it go to Shea. I think we gotta start recognizing what some of these guys are doing in this league. Obviously, Jokic is the best player in the league by a fucking mile, but what we gonna give this to him every fucking year? Like that's not fun, bro.
Right.
To piggyback off of that, so I know you just said you're tired of voter fatigue, and obviously we believe Jokic is the best player in the world right now. But as far as for this season for MVP, do you think it's that big of a gap that he has for MVP
Who,
between
Jokic?
between whoever is? Do you think it's Jokic and then everybody else, or do you think it's like
I
really
think
up
it's
for
Jokic.
grabs?
I think it's
It's really up for
Jokic.
grabs.
I think it's Jokic, Shea, and everybody else. Two best teams in the toughest conference. Two best players in the league this year. I might include Luka, but we know my issues with.
See, now you're giving, but now I feel like you're giving me too much, dude. You got to give me. All right, so you say
I think it's I
Jokic and
think it's
SGA.
Shea,
Out of
Jokic.
those two, who do you think gets it?
I hope Shea gets it, but I could completely understand. Here's the thing: Denver wasn't playing that great. The majority of the season, they were hanging around the 4 seed, right? And Jamal Murray's been hurt a lot, and then they just turn it on, and it's like that. Like nobody else can really compete. So I think it's so obvious when Jokic is good that he's the best player, but I don't know if that necessarily means he should win MVP. You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason they should be tied for first place right now. They were like 6 games back 6 weeks ago, and now they're tied. They're depending on who wins or loses today, they're probably going to tie for first with OKC. So it's just so hard, bro. But I think Jokic is head and shoulders above everybody not named Shea, which is why I want to give it to Shea because nobody else has really been close other than Embiid recently, and Embiid never usually has the record to compare with Denver the last 3 years.
You don't think Luka's been close?
Bro, it's so hard because I feel like a hater because I had Luka in fantasy and I I love the stats he puts up, but like I'm not a fan of that style of basketball, bro. Like that shit, they're gonna beat the Clippers, and then they're gonna get matched up with like probably Jokic, and they're gonna get smacked. Like Luka's an amazing offensive player. I it's super fun to watch sometimes, but I just don't like a lot of dudes can put up numbers like that playing like not a lot, but like if LeBron was 10 years younger playing on Dallas, he'd be doing the same thing. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, is that going to win you a championship? No. Do you take Dallas seriously as a contender?
Not a contender, but they can. Would I be surprised if they beat some teams and makes it a Western Conference Finals? No.
I would. I would be surprised if they beat a lot of. I think they're going to beat the Clippers, which I'm so excited for that series. By the way, I'm going to be locked into that series. But I just don't like. I don't believe in it, and it's nothing to do with Luka. Well, it is to do with Luka. I just don't think the way they play is conducive to winning championships. I don't think it's conducive to deep playoff run basketball. Like, look at Jalen Brunson. We talking about him for MVP. 2 years ago, Luka had him. You know what I mean? Like the way he plays doesn't really.
But he didn't have this version of Jalen Brunson.
But Jalen Brunson was nice though. There's a reason he left and got all that money in New York. They're
Jalen Brunson was
I
tough.
don't think they're using him.
Jalen Brunson was tough.
I don't think you know what I mean? Like the way Luka plays takes away from some of the other dudes with talent, and he is amazing. Like he can get you really far doing what he does, but it's just not. I don't take it seriously, and he leaves a lot to be desired defensively as well. Not really.
And just to make this comment, sorry to cut you off, Josh. The last time Dallas was in the Western Conference Finals, they had Jalen Brunson.
Yep, and Luka missed a couple games in the previous series, and Jalen Brunson put that team on his back. Like he's been him. He just needed to be given the opportunity. But playing with Luka, you don't really get that. You know what I mean? Kyrie's having a great season, but Kyrie's almost the perfect fit. Like a two guy who you just put the ball in his hands and like, all right, go score. Like, what coaching is Jason Kidd doing over there? Really? Like, let's be fucking for real.
Trying to coach defense.
Sort of, but like, yeah, like you don't really need to do nothing if you're just gonna put the ball in Luka's hands, run pick and roll, and like hope for a mismatch, hope for a switch every time. Like Luka got to score 40 a game, 50 a game for you to be competitive when you get deep in the playoffs. I think they'd be the Clippers.
But that's that's what I'm saying. I think this year is different though, because he doesn't have to score 40, 50 because he got Kyrie.
Nah, he does. They both need to, and I think that's a problem. Like they both need to. They both.
But I think. Go ahead, my fault. Go ahead.
No, I'm not. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I think Kyrie's a better help than he had in the past. Better help than Brunson. Better help than Porzingis.
Maybe a little bit. I think he fits them a little bit better because Kyrie will go a few possessions, not touch the ball. He's cool, and he's like, "Cool, my turn. Cool, I could go." But that is just not. That's only going to get them so far. Like they're not beating Denver.
Right.
Like,
no, I understand that.
Like I just.
I'm not. We're not looking at these teams as championship teams. I'm just saying, like the playoff runs.
So to answer your question, I can only consider that so valuable if I don't think it's conducive to like making a deep playoff run. I think Shea could make a.
But how are you gonna put that? How are you gonna put playoff run into your MVP? Because MVP is only for regular season.
Because stats only matter so much. I only care about your stats if it's conducive to winning, right? And
his team's winning.
There's teams that are winning more than him and playing better, and the other players allow other players to shine. So if in order for your team to win, you have to play with the ball constantly, and that leads to you getting these ridiculous stats. Like, cool, there's a talent to that, but how far are you going to go? I could make the argument you're limiting your team as well to a certain degree, and that's why I'm like, I don't really like that too much. You know what I mean? Like, same thing, same shit I used to say about James Harden in the past. Same shit. I make the argument about LeBron that he's almost too good sometimes because players just sit there and watch him and they don't get in rhythm because he has the ball constantly. Like it's just there's only so much I personally value that.
No, I got you.
Marvin,
I can understand your standpoint. I think what goes into this too is like the narrative for MVP, and we definitely talked about this last time. So it's like because you brought up about there's other teams winning, and I was gonna say, well, Jokic won MVP when his team was the fifth seed, or the sixth seed. So like I said, it's definitely the narrative of MVP, and it just switches every year or every 2 years and so. So I think if we get like the definitive description or category of what it takes to be MVP, all of our answers or questions would be much easier to answer.
I don't like that though because it changes season to season. Different players are more valuable season to season. Like I don't think there is this. I don't think there is a set definition of what should be MVP necessarily. I think it is very narrative based, and I think it matters. I think context matters, right? What is the context of Russell Westbrook winning his MVP? Sure, he's the sixth seed, but he did something that hadn't been done in 35 years. So there's context to that. That narrative is important. That plays a a role into winning MVP. Same thing with Jokic in his year. Same thing with Luka all the time. Same thing with Embiid. What was it last year? Right? You know what I mean? I think those little details and nuances are important now. So, Marvin, do you have something to say?
No, I got a lot to say. I got so much to say. I was listening to every word you were saying, dissecting it. My goodness. No, but I don't think you're wrong with exactly what you're saying, but I do think it's something that I've talked about a lot. I don't know what it is, but yeah, for some weird reason, Luka has almost voters fatigue, even though
without winning.
he's never won an MVP. And it's just strange. It's really strange to me because out of everybody that you've named, no one has gotten this much better except Luka. Luka's the only person to improve every season, but the narrative is always the same thing. He's not doing enough. He's not doing enough. Oh, he doesn't make people good. His teammates aren't good. Oh, Kyrie is literally having a better season than he did when he played for the Celtics both seasons. When he played with LeBron, dead ass, he's playing better than when he played with LeBron. But for some reason, Luka's playing style does not work well with other people. And this is actually wrong now. This is the season where it's wrong.
It's right. It's different.
Literally. So why is this the season that he can't win MVP? He's
It's
literally averaging stats that have not been done in like what 40 years. Not even Wilt did it. Dead ass. Wilt didn't do this. That's some crazy ass shit. That's dead ass some crazy ass shit. He's averaging a stat line, like I said, that Wilt didn't fucking do. And I'm gonna bring up the stat line because of course I gotta talk about stats. 33.9 points per game, 9.2 rebounds per game, 9.8 assists per game. And his team's actually winning. His team has gone on a surge. Like they got 50 wins. And I said this, if Luka's able to get them up to 50 wins, I'm going to say that's the MVP. You know who said that's the MVP? The man who they think is going to win MVP. Jokic was like, give it to him. That's the MVP. Check that shit. He said, yo, Luka Doncic is the MVP. I think, in my opinion, when it comes to best players in the world, it's either Jokic or Luka. You feel me? I don't know. Maybe
over Giannis?
Mine, you could say Shea.
Over
Like,
Giannis?
In the world. Whatever.
Over Giannis?
Giannis is up to 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Those are the 3 best players in the world. I think those are interchangeable. I like you bringing up Giannis, but like Shea, no one's gonna tell me he's the best player in the world. I don't think anyone thinks that.
I wouldn't say Luka is. I don't think anyone thinks Luka is either.
No, people definitely think Luka is. People doing 40-minute videos on that shit.
A lot of people that think Luka's the best in the world.
A lot of people think it. But the thing about Luka that he has against him, which is really weird, he's got a lot of NBA media going up against him. Literally, Kenny was on TV like, oh, I got Anthony Edwards over him. I mean, like, I saw that. I was like, okay. And he stood on business. Right. I respect he stood on business, but I think that was a crazy take. But like Luka continuously,
I don't think that was
all
that
these
crazy,
other guys that are nasty. Right. He always gets the disrespect. Always. And yo, I'm telling you, yo, love you guys. Love the people that bring the take and shit. I'm always hearing this from niggas. What did Luka do to you niggas? Like dead ass. I'm always hearing it. And it's always like, nah, Luka's not it. Luka's not
who
it.
Who are you supposed to? Who else are you supposed to hear
in plural. I'm always hearing. You guys are always saying it too. Like, Luke, you've been in the record of saying it too. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I don't know. I truthfully do believe this, right? The same niggas did not have this energy for James Harden. Goddamn, nigga won an MVP.
I had this exact.
The nigga won an MVP.
I had the same energy for James Harden.
Bro. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, bro. Bro, do you think James Harden should have never won an MVP? You think he didn't deserve it the year he got it?
Here's the point I was trying to make. It's not that these guys don't deserve to win MVP. It's that year to year it changes. You could argue that there was a year James Harden could have won or 2, but guess who else is in the league at that time? Steph Curry. Doing
no, Josh. Don't do that, Josh.
I gotta get back to that season that he's talking about. Wait. Remember that season though. Remember when James Harden won it that year? I mean, Steph Curry won it that year. Like, and it was close between James Harden and Steph Curry. They had that like NBA bullshit, the Players Award or whatever, and the players voted for Harden. They're like, oh, Harden should have won it over Curry. Curry had one of the best MVP seasons ever. Niggas were like, You would never see that for Luka. The NBA niggas
Maybe.
would not do that for
So
Luka.
I got a question
I
for
know
you
that for
guys.
sure. And I'm like, yo, what is up with this? Like, what is going on? Like,
I got
there
a
is like a
question.
weird Luka narrative. It's
I
just
got
like
a
kind of
question.
weird. Like, I
I
don't
got a
know. I don't
question.
know what it is, but I feel like
I know
like
exactly
Luka.
what it
I
is.
think Luka could
I know
next year
exactly.
average like 35. This will be the same topic. Like it will be the same thing. Like, I don't know.
It will be the same topic because guess what? The same exact thing is going to happen next year. They're going to be a 4 seed. They'll probably beat somebody in the first round, whether they should or shouldn't, and then they'll go and they'll get smoked by a team that's actually good. I think what we witness is every year, Luka's an amazing talent in and of himself, but there are clear limitations on his game, his inability to play without the ball, his inability to be a consistent defender. We've never seen in the playoffs, we see dudes attacking Luka, trying to get him switched onto them. We barely, Steph Curry's the only other star player I can remember in recent
That happened to James, bro, and Steph. That happened to both of them.
James did
Yes,
not
it
get attacked
did.
the way Luka did. But either way, I have a question. Why do you think Luka's always like a 4 seed then? If he's so good, he's the best player in the world, what do you think needs to change to happen that will get them over the hump?
They need a consistent big that like could really like ball out, like almost like a Dwight Howard type that's like really, really good. Somebody like that. That's what they're missing. They have never had that. Their team has never been good enough to be dominant. Like when they made the Eastern Conference Finals, that was shocking. Their team has never been a team that I said that team's gonna win. Ever. Ever.
Couple
OKC, I don't think OKC is gonna win. Minnesota, I don't think Minnesota's gonna win. But that's what I'm saying. Like everybody's like, these are the dudes, and they're not gonna win. So what is the logic if we're giving the same thing? Because if Luka goes and beats these dudes,
the logic is one team tied for first place in the Western Conference, one of the toughest Western conferences that got KD, Steph Curry, and LeBron in the fucking play-in, and we got a dude who's tied for first place in that conference. That's my point. Dude showing up night in, night out, averaging 30 a game, gonna be second team all defense this year probably, and we're sitting here acting like, yeah, but Luka's averaging 35 or whatever. Yeah, this nigga does this shit all the time. Those numbers mean nothing to me, particularly in today's NBA, where mad niggas.
I was about to get there. I was just about to go there.
Like I
was just about to go there.
Luka's amazing. Don't get me wrong, but and I hate when niggas bring up the eye test. When I watch him, there are clear limitations to his game and the way he impacts the court on other players on the court as well in ways that other dudes don't. Shea is so amazing. He's letting Jalen Williams flourish under him. He's a leader on their team. Chet Holmgren played 82 games this year, being a center, coming in under Shea's leadership, playing his role to perfection. They were the 10th seed last year. You think they jumped to first this year because they got Chet? No, it's because of Shea and the intangibles he brings and his leadership this year and him putting the team on his back when they need him to. That's my thing. Those intangibles matter more to me than you averaging 34, whatever. When you're going to go do that again next year and end up 4 seed and losing the second round again, I don't care about those numbers, bro. Those numbers don't mean jack shit to me when I can look at you and see that the impact doesn't match the numbers. Jokic, I watch him and then the impact matches those numbers. And Luka,
I think this is the thing I will give you.
OKC getting Chet definitely helps them jumping from 10th to first. Right. But it's Marvin, to your point, and to Josh, what, 5, 6, 7 years ago when James Harden was doing what he was doing, like to Josh's point, what he just said now, it was a different NBA. You didn't have LeBron, Steph, KD, Bradley Beal, Luka, Jokic, Anthony Edwards, SGA. You didn't have all those people in one particular conference. You also didn't have as much young talent as you have now in the NBA. So, like, that NBA is definitely different, and I can definitely understand where Josh is coming from with that. I'm just trying to say we also just can't use that to diminish what Luka's doing.
I don't care about that. I watch them and it doesn't give me the same feel. Luka don't strike fear into me the way James Harden did at that time. And to be honest, I was never worried about James Harden beating the Warriors. We ever thought James Harden was gonna beat the Warriors, even pre-KD. Were we ever really concerned? Remember when Kobe was like, yeah, no, the way James Harden plays, the way they play, that's not sustainable.
But he was the only one close to do it.
Right. And they really lucked their way into the conference finals and almost being Golden State, just launching threes. But what do we say? You live by the three, you die by three. They tried, they got real close, but at the end of the day, it didn't work. Also, James Harden got an MVP. Luka will definitely get an MVP at some point, but just this year, I think there are more compelling cases for other guys. If next year there isn't, next year they get a little bit better and other dudes are not they're you know what I mean? Like it's kind of like how other dudes could have won more MVPs when Jordan was playing, but Jordan's in the league. I think Luka's suffering from that right now. There's just so many other good players in the league. Like you got to be really, really on top in all aspects in order for you to win MVP. You got to be a first seed and do something crazy. Averaging 30 in today's league is easier than it was, but it's still really hard. So it's not like Shea is not one of them ones still. Like Luka's doing amazing, but when you're a 4 or 5 seed, it's like, all right.
So I'll say this because I still think this guy's the most likely to win it. My vote is for Luka, but I think Jokic is most likely going to get the third MVP. You feel me? Like he has the highest plus minus. I agree with you when it comes to the impact thing. What I'm saying, if we're talking about someone who should get it from everything, I'm talking about the eye test. I am talking about the record. I am talking about how bad their team is overall compared to other teams. And I'm talking about most valuable in general, not going for the typical, okay, this guy, like not going for like a typical narrative base of this or that, the typical, oh, the guy who wins the first seed gets it. Yeah, I think that Luka had that special season. I think right now he's the one out of all the people's. Yeah, I think he has a special season, in my opinion. And I also, how much did he have? What does he drop? 72? What is it? How much is it?
73.
Yeah, 70. So like he's this shit not normal, but we're acting like it's normal. You feel me? Because
like
this
normal,
NBA it's the truth. This is not normal, and we do not know if this is something we'll see again anytime soon, even coming from Luka. Like this year alone, and I'm just bringing these are not my words; these are words spoken by a former NBA coach, like a legendary coach. If you would agree of that, I don't know. But Sam Van Gundy literally said this year, Luka is the best offensive player that he's ever seen. I repeat, Sam Van Gundy has said Luka's the best offensive players he's ever seen. This is not my words, that is his. I'm just saying, like, yes, this man is having a very dominant season. I feel like a lot of people are kind of looking past it and are like, yeah, I don't think he should win MVP because of this and that. But it's very nitpicky. And I think Luka is that great where people do expect a lot because it's the truth. The only thing really stopping Luka from being a GOAT tier person is rings. Literally, if you look at Luka, just Luka stats alone, I'm speaking. Look at LeBron's stats for as far as he went, like during his first 5-6 seasons. Look at Luka's stats. It's like, oh shit, this is crazy. Because this man is kind of like he's a very like abnormal player. He's just started off the gate shitting. Started off the gate shitting. You watch him play, it's the truth. Like people say it. He is like similar to a Harden, but he also is a little. He's a little weird. He got a little Harden in him. He got a little LeBron in him. He got a little Larry in him. He's a very unique player. He's very pace heavy. You can't really block him because the way that he goes with his layups is kind of like he takes his time. He's really like, bro, his handles are very tight, but he's not fast like that. But he can really cross you up and then just take you down, use that step back. That step back is deadly. And what is he? He's very clutch. We've seen him make a bunch of buzzer beaters. What he lacks is playoff success. The number one thing people use against him for the regular season is, oh, I don't think he's going to win it. No, I don't think the team's going to be effective. And if he does reach that point, watch, if he were to do something incredible, which I doubt, I don't think they're going to win it. You feel me? But if they were to like win a championship or go at least to the finals or something, that's the next year people would be like, oh, he should win MVP. And that's the thing that I think is stupid. You feel me? That's the part of it. I'm kind of like, okay.
I don't think it's the playoff success, bro. I think we like people realize those numbers are fool's gold to a degree, bro. Those insane numbers are not super hard.
But you're only saying that going into the playoffs.
No, I say this. Have we not had this conversation before? You're not listening when I talk.
No, because you literally just said his game, his stats doesn't mean anything if he doesn't go all the way to the finals. You said that like 5 minutes.
It's just the stats aren't indicative of the impact he has on the court, which is why they're only like a 4 seed or a 5 seed, I think.
Because the West is stacked, bro. Like
right.
He has you bring him to the East.
Right. So what does it say?
That is just stacked.
I agree. So what does it say about a dude who's able to maybe not have quite the crazy stats, but still average like 30, whatever, something like that, and is the first seed in the West.
His team's better.
Yes,
Or,
dude.
or maybe he
if you
excels in a
took
part of basketball that
if you
people
took
really don't care
Shea
about.
off of OKC and Luka off of the Mavericks, you think OKC is going to have a significantly better
Because
record?
they have a check. If he had a checked, that's
Yeah.
that's what
got
he's
Kyrie.
missing.
What are we talking about?
That's what
But
he's
Kyrie's
no,
not
I'm
cheap.
talking about
But
a
Kyrie's
big.
not
He needs
cheap.
a
Like
big.
I see,
That's the compliment.
No,
He's missing a
he's got Daniel
big.
Gafford now. He's got Derek Lively.
nigga.
Like,
I know you did not just bring up Daniel Gafford
Daniel Gafford is a solid player.
talking about.
Also, what does he need a big for? What the fuck is a big gonna do? We saw what
No
he
way,
did when he had
bro. His playing
Porzingis.
style is
And they
indicative
didn't
of
get the
that.
ball.
Come on, you know he
That
needs
nigga
a
never got
big,
the
bro. You
fucking
know he needs a
ball.
big.
And that's the problem. A big to do what? A big to do what?
To
He
make it
probably
to the
needs Rudy
finals and win the
Gobert. He probably need,
championship,
A
bro.
big to do what? What's a big
Who
gonna
has
do?
won a
What's a big
championship
gonna
without a
change on their
valuable
roster?
big? In
And that's
these
the
last years,
problem.
who has won a championship without a valuable big? Deadass.
What
Other
are
than
you
like
expecting a big to
even
come in there and
like
do?
the Warriors had Draymond. That's like their small big man. You need a good big, bro.
Bro, I'm telling you, it doesn't
He's
make a
saying
fucking
he's
difference.
saying,
What is a big gonna go and change drastically for that team? If they don't
It's gonna
the
change
way they
everything.
play.
Everything.
They don't
Because
cha-
you see, he's nasty with throwing oops too. Come on, bro.
Bro,
he,
Come
he needs a
on,
Rudy
bro.
Gobert. That's what he needs a Rudy Gobert, somebody on the
there's
offensive
one
end that's
Rudy
kind of
Gobert in the
inept.
league. There's no
Yeah.
other Rudy Goberts in the league.
But that's part of the reason Minnesota's doing so good. The bigs matter, bro.
I'm sure
I think if
what are
he
they
has a
gonna do
solid
to
big,
change?
I think his game. I think Jason Kidd or whichever team is coaching. I think that coach, I would hope, would be smart enough to realize whatever Luka is doing right now. If I feel like if Luka had
Bro, if you
Zach
switch
Edey.
Daniel
if
Gafford and
Luka
Clint
had Rudy Gobert, or if Luka had
let's say you had Clint Capella, you think the record's gonna be drastically different?
I don't think he's good enough. He needs like something better.
So he needs an all-star caliber big.
Yes.
yes,
All right.
Yes, that's what I'm
All right,
saying.
so he needs an all-star caliber big. What and keep Kyrie. So they need
Yes, because that's how stacked the NBA is. The NBA is that stacked. Look at the Celtics.
So what about
Like the NBA is
OKC?
that stacked.
What about
Look at the
OKC?
Nuggets. The Nuggets are much better than
The
people
Nuggets
give
have
them
one
credit for. It's
all-star
not
every
just
year.
Jokic going around and
The
shit.
Nuggets have one all-star every year. OKC
Because
have
people be riding Jokic.
Josh, come on,
Always have
but
one
you know,
all-star.
Aaron
the
Gordon
Nuggets
could be an
have better
all-star.
role. You know the Nuggets have better overall players than the Mavericks. You just brought
Bro,
up to me
Murray is
Daniel
never an
Graff.
all-star. You don't think that's
Bro,
an all-star
what?
caliber player?
Who?
Murray. You don't think that's an all-star caliber player?
He's weird, bro. He's like the one dude who gets way better in the playoffs. It's the weirdest
But
thing.
that's what I'm saying, bro. He is an all-star caliber player. He just never
I get it.
isn't
So is
selected. The
Kyrie.
West is stacked.
So is Kyrie, and after that, who do the Nuggets have that's an all-star? Also,
Aaron Gordon.
who,
Aaron Gordon is
who else
all-star
are they
level.
gonna let do anything else? That's the other thing.
And
Luka
Michael Porter
so-
Jr. too. You could argue
Luka
Michael Porter
is
Jr.
so ball dominant that nobody else does anything, which I think is part of the problem. He's not gonna give the ball to two other guys. He barely give it up to Kyrie. You think he gonna give it up to two other guys? And that's why I don't think the big really matters. You just need someone to go catch lobs, really. And that's you got two players on this team that do that with the best of them, in Gafford and Lively. Like, what difference is Gobert gonna make, really?
Zach Edey will get off with them.
All right.
Gobert gonna help him defensively because Gobert affects everybody. You know what I'm saying? He affects everybody.
You want in this NBA with all this switching and all this, you want Zach Edey and Luka on the floor. Good luck. That's another thing.
I mean, if you drafted Zach Edey and that's what you got to develop, like that's
Zach
what
Edey
you got
is
to
not
teach
gonna.
him. That's what you.
Zach Edey not gonna be in the NBA, bro. Sorry, hate to say it. Hate to be that guy.
Look, all I'm saying is, if Luka had
too many
an all-star
excuses
caliber,
for
if
this
Luka
nigga,
had
bro.
an I agree with you, Josh, that
You make too many excuses for this nigga, man. Like he's great, and we're being very nitpicky, but you have to be when we're talking MVP here. Like all these guys deserve it. Let's be fucking real. Like there's so many dudes who could really get it, and that's why it's like, all right, well, I got to start bringing in intangibles and thinking about other things here. And I think Luka lacks intangibles that other guys have. Definitely that Jokic has, and in my opinion, from what Shea has as well. The stats are amazing, but I see the impact you have on your team. And to think you had a guy like Jalen Brunson on the bench who's over there, then dude's bringing him up for MVP now, and he wasn't able to thrive with you, I think that speaks to you as a player. I think that speaks to something.
But all right, but how is Jalen Brunson supposed to thrive when Luka's on the team? How is
That's
Jalen Brunson?
my fucking
No,
point.
no,
That is
no, listen
literally
to me.
my point.
How is Jalen Brunson supposed to thrive when the dude playing his position has been there longer and is better than you already? So like I don't.
No,
That's
that's
what I'm
Kyrie.
saying.
He was young
No,
and
Jalen
developing. You know what I'm
Brunson.
saying? Like he was young and
Kyrie, bro.
developing.
That's Kyrie, bro. And
Okay,
that's,
do we think
Kyrie's
something
Luka's
Luka got to go
holding
figure
Kyrie
out.
back?
And that's
Do you
something
think
Luka got
Luka's
to go
holding
figure
Kyrie
out.
back? Do you think Luka's holding Kyrie back?
No, I think Kyrie is
He's averaging
I think
26,
Kyrie
shooting
is the
50%, shooting 40%.
I think Kyrie is the perfect fit for Luka, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's gonna matter. Like I don't think that's it. The way they play is the problem. The way they play is not.
No,
gonna,
I'm
that
focusing on the
way
Jalen
because
Brunson point.
Luka has to play that way. Luka can't play without the ball. Luka's not.
Bro, I'm focusing on your
Josh, I'm
Jalen.
gonna
I'm
say
focusing on
one
your
thing.
Jalen Brunson point. Your
I want to
Jalen
say
Brunson
something
point.
really,
The reason why
really
Jalen
quick.
Brunson.
My Jalen Brunson point is an example of my bigger point that he holds players back to a certain degree.
But how do you expect Jalen Brunson to be better if they're playing the same position? They literally both play point guard.
So what's the difference between
Josh? I
Kyrie?
want to put this in perspective, and I think like
Kyrie
there's
plays
one thing
shooting
that you're
guard.
missing,
Kyrie
right?
has literally said that.
Jalen Brunson was playing that as well. And
Look at like LeBron,
But
for
Jalen
example.
Brunson's
I'm
not
gonna
a
use LeBron
shooting
as
guard
an
like
example
Kyrie.
for this.
Like
Okay.
Kyrie can play shooting guard.
I mean, are there really any shooting guards in today? Are there really any?
But you know what I'm saying.
shooting guards?
But
Like,
you know what I'm saying.
they all play the same way. They're pick and roll guys.
Kyrie can play off the ball. Jalen Brunson can't play off the
I
ball.
could say the same thing about Anthony Edwards and Devin Booker now in Phoenix. Like all these guys play very similarly. Like the game is more ball dominant than ever. But Luka takes that to another degree, and I think that hurts them in the long run. I think he got to play without the ball less. I think that's in order for them to take that next step. He has to evolve his game a little bit. All that on ball shit is cute. You're an amazing passer. You control the flow really well. There's a time and place for that, but at a certain point, that's not going to get you where you need to go. And we'll see.
But see what it all comes down to. See what you just said. See what it all comes down to.
It comes down to impact. It comes down to impact.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is how this whole conversation started. What it all comes down to, what you just said right now was, it's not going to take you far. Well, we're not even talking about playoffs or going to the finals. We're literally just talking about regular season MVP.
Right, and then the regular season.
That's what I'm saying. Like
the regular season,
you can't think playoffs and finals if it's a regular season award.
I didn't say nothing about the playoffs. I just think I don't care about the stats when I know the stats are a product of you playing the certain type of way, which is not that conducive to winning in the long run anyway. So when you take the stats out of it, I think there are other guys who are more valuable, and that's where I'm going with it. It has nothing to do with. It has very little to do with where we're going. It's more, all right, I see what you're doing. I see the numbers, but the numbers don't translate to winning the way they should. Dude's averaging 30, 33, 9-9. They should be a top 2 seed, right? No? But no, they're a 5th seed. 5th.
But like I said, like
Westbrook
was like what, like a 6, 7 seed, and then like when he won MVP, and he just had the same type of thing. And people have argued for like Kobe, and he's had the same like rankings. You know what I mean? Like the reason why his usage rate is so high, because also like Kyrie is up there too, like one of the top in the league. But yeah, like Luka has the highest usage rate. That's like a known thing. You feel me? Giannis is number 2. You feel me? Giannis is number 2 in usage rate. Very like there's close between them, but like Luka has a slight margin when it comes to it. But yeah, the reason why Kyrie is one of the top usage rates in the league and Luka's one of the top usage rates in the league is because their team overall is not that good. When they had Kyrie,
think their team is that much worse.
But wait, remember, when they had Kyrie, LeBron, they had Kevin Love. When they had LeBron, they had D Wade, they had Chris Bosh. If you look at like just the modern NBA for the last champions, most of them is kind of a big 3. It's just the thing. It's just kind of what we've been doing for a minute. There are some duos that are like dominant, but if you look at a lot of the duos that are dominant, whether it's like a Kawhi or Paul George, it's not enough. You feel me? Like there's a lot of that happening.
Minus that Toronto team.
Hey, bro.
The Toronto team, yeah, that Toronto team was Jesus. That's why Kawhi's goated for that shit. You feel me? Goated for that shit. That shit crazy. One of the best playoff runs I've ever seen in my life.
You won that shit because niggas got hurt. I don't want to hear none of that.
Bro. Hurt or not, that shit crazy. You feel like because niggas came back and then still had like the best team ever assembled. Niggas getting hurt, niggas getting this and that. They still couldn't get it done. You feel me? They should have won that even without Durant, and they couldn't get it done. That shit was crazy.
They didn't have Clay too. That's the thing.
Clay went
Well,
out.
Clay
Clay
was
went
missing
down the
some
very
games,
last
but he was
game.
there for the final ones. Yeah,
Clay went down in Game 6, and that's that's when they won. Like, yeah, I mean,
But that's what I'm saying. You just say they didn't have Clay, but Clay went down in Game 6.
that's what I'm
right?
saying.
They
Like he
were
was there most
winning,
of the time. Like
and
it's
Clay
just
went down and they lost. Like they would like either way, it doesn't fucking matter.
the whole point. The whole point I'm saying is usually you do need more to win, and it's just a well-known thing. When LeBron usually has that third best player, whether it's a Chris Bosh or a Kevin Love, their stats diminished from what they used to be because you're the third option. You feel me? You don't usually get a weird case like look at Chris Kristaps. Kristaps is a third option, but he's a fucking monster. Derek White, fourth option, could be the best fourth option in the fucking NBA. You know what I mean? Like from top to bottom, Celtics shitting on niggas, shitting on niggas. You know what I mean? But what happened?
And they're still gonna lose in the finals.
We'll get to that because I'm gonna talk about who I'm picking for the champions next. So you feel me? I'm gonna get into that shit. But anyways, when it comes down to it,
we still got to get a
Dallas
fucking
just
playoff
does not have enough. What happened?
Bro,
I think we still got to get a playoff finish. I'm done with MVP talk.
I don't know who or what y'all think is gonna change if they keep playing the way they're playing.
Bro. But I'm gonna say this.
Josh, I'm not disagreeing with you about his playing style. I'm not. That's not what I'm disagreeing with you on. I'm disagreeing with you bringing up his playing style as to not putting him higher in the MVP race.
Well, it's not just the playing style. It's that your argument is that he has crazy numbers, and I'm like, yeah, well, he should if he has the highest usage rate in the league. So those numbers don't mean as much to me. And on top of that, I think the playing style diminishes from the team around him. So that therefore, I'm going to go with the guys with the better record who don't hold their teammates back and still have pretty crazy stats. That's my logic there. So
that makes sense. But I think if you are going by that logic, you have to go with Jokic. Like you feel me? If you're going by like that logic, that should be the guy.
I don't disagree, but I also said I think Shea has had almost as good.
He's number 3 in usage. Third most usage is Shea. Jalen Brunson number 4. Anthony Edwards number 5. Literally, Jokic is literally like 15th in usage. That's like I think 20th. But that's what I'm saying. It's like
I said earlier,
the
he's
guy
the best
if we're going by
league.
that, but people are not really
I
going
said
by
earlier,
that.
He's the best player in the league by a mile. But I'm with voter fatigue. Fuck that. Give it to Shea. I said that earlier. I don't care. I just don't care. I think it should go to Shea because I think what he's doing, taking that young ass roster to the best record in the West, the competitive stacked ass West. I value that a lot more than I value those stats. I don't give a shit about them stats.
I agree wholeheartedly. That's tough. That young roster, man. Them dudes is young. Them dudes is they gonna have that roster for like 1 or 2, like 2 more years.
The second best player is a rookie, rookie. But even still, like, nah, man, like that nigga's different, bro. I think what's this nigga's name? Billy Donovan? Is he the coach? I think he's the year too, no cap. I just love everything they're doing over there, and I think we should recognize Shea for that. I don't give a fuck.
No, it's not Billy Donovan. Billy Donovan's the coach of the
Chicago
Bulls.
Yeah, you're right. Either way, yeah, I think he's my MVP. I don't care about them stats, bro. I don't give a fuck. I just don't care that this nigga is ever doing whatever he's doing when he literally has the ball every possession of every game. Like, yeah, no shit.
All right, we'll come back to this. Moving on.
Anywho, what were we gonna talk about? Finals,
playoff predictions and finals.
Yeah, who you think is gonna win the championship? Who you got?
Denver's
2024 champions. Who you guys got?
Denver's gonna win. I'll put money on it. As much as I would love the Celtics to win. We're just not ready, bro. I hate to say it. It's just not here.
I got a quick question, fellas. If I stop sharing my video real quick because I am cooking real quick, can I go do that?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, cool. I'm still gonna be on. I just need a
Marvin, who you got winning?
Okay. So the person that I got winning, the team I got winning, excuse me, I have the Boston Celtics. So you know me. People have accused me of being a homer. I'm not a homer when it comes to this. I'm a man with common sense. 64 wins, 18 losses. 78%. 78% winning percentage. The closest team to us is a very young OKC, 57-25. I like what Josh says is the Nuggets. I think it's not a bad take. I think if we were to face the Nuggets in the finals, that would be our toughest one. That is the one team I think that can beat us.
I think we get swept, no cap.
No, we wouldn't get swept. Hell
Bugging.
no.
I
No,
think
no,
we
no.
get swept.
Because this is the thing that you're not putting into perspective, and it's just the truth, right? So when it comes down to it, yes, Jokic is a beast. We do have a great counter to it. It's Chris Stop Porzingis.
That's your great counter?
We are constructed to beat those motherfuckers. Our team is made top to bottom to be able to compete and beat them. Okay. Now, in my opinion, I think if we face them 7-game series, we're knocking them out. We got home court advantage. We're taking them out. I think we would beat them. But the thing is this, and I hate to say it about Denver, very talented team, very great team. They got to survive the West. We're gonna be well rested. We're rolling through the East, bro. We're gonna be chilling. We're gonna be very well rested. Even if they even make it to the finals, they're gonna be battered and bruised. If they even make it to the finals, because it's a maybe.
We're gonna lose to
All right, who are the Celtics beating, Marvin?
What happened?
Who are the Celtics beating in the finals?
Everyone.
In the finals.
Either Nuggets or whoever else is there. I don't know. I think Nuggets are most likely to be there, but I'm saying there's a chance they're not. They got to run through a lot of motherfuckers. You feel me? They got a big challenge. You feel me? The West is a slugfest. It's not going to be an easy road to the finals. I wouldn't be shocked if Denver doesn't make it. It's not far-fetched. You feel me? But they are the most likely to make it to the finals.
I think the Nuggets getting there is completely dependent on how healthy Jamal Murray is. That is the only thing that I think could really go wrong.
Isn't he healthy?
Now, but he's had his issues throughout the year. That's the only reason their record wasn't that great to start the year. But we've seen what they've been doing lately. I just don't have faith in the Celtics. Like, we in the East, we run into everybody in the East, but anytime we play a good ass team, we get smacked or we lose on our home court. We lost how many games on our home court this year? I think 2 of them to something like that. And 2 of them were to the Nuggets when they came into our house, and then we got absolutely mollywopped by the Clippers. Like, so we just don't have that mental fortitude I think it takes to win a championship.
And the Lakers.
Bro, our home record was 37-4.
That's what I'm saying. We lose to the good ass teams. We beat up on all the teams we should beat. Great. But when the big boys come into town, it's not looking too good for us. So
I'm saying we have an 11.3 point differential, which is the highest in the league. Like I'm just saying, long story short, like Denver got us for 2 wins. Denver definitely got us for 2 wins. Like Denver beat us. Those are like the close games. They beat us. You feel me? They got us. That's a fucking regular season, man. The playoffs is the playoffs. Like
I think the Celtics are gonna get better.
The playoffs is the playoffs, bro. Like
right. And you think the Celtics are gonna improve,
bro? What was it? Was it 2000? What is it? 2000 like 8, 2009? I don't know. I remember like one year the Lakers took us out 2-0, and I wasn't thinking, oh, the Celtics can't beat them. I was thinking, oh, it's close games, and they lost in the regular season. We only faced those teams 2 fucking times.
Yeah, cool. What about every other? What about when the Warriors came into town, or when we played the
50 piece those niggas? Like, what do you want from us, nigga? Like, how much better do we have to play?
We can't win 64 games and not beat good teams. You can't do that.
Bro, we don't beat the best teams. We don't beat the teams that.
Bro, you can't win 64 games and not win 1 of or 2 of the best teams in the league. You can't.
All right, but
can't do that.
Not every game is made, and not every game is equal. So when the Nuggets come into town and you haven't lost on your home court, you got to be damn sure you win that game. And what we showed in that game,
this is what I think. Celtics have been so dominant. Celtics have been so dominant that people have been trying to like kind of find errors, like, oh no, but they didn't do this right. Oh, this can do this right. Because I think people don't really believe in, and it comes down to it. They don't believe in Jason Tatum when it comes to the clutch. They don't think Jason Tatum specifically is going to bring us to the promised land. But the thing about it, and this is the truth, top to bottom, we have the deepest roster in the NBA. The only people who can beat us is our damn selves.
I think that's the problem. I think we think we're going to talent our way to a championship, when none of that means nothing when it comes down to the best of the best teams. Like, we're clearly more talented than Denver across the board, and none of that fucking matters because they play better. They're more disciplined. They're more organized. They make better decisions down the stretch. They have the best player in the goddamn league for the last 4 years, really. So I think at the end of the day, like the talent shit is great. But when we get to launching them threes, right?
Yeah.
Like we're doing for 6 years in a row and haven't seemed to learn from, we're gonna lose. We're gonna panic. Like we just don't. I would love to be proven wrong, but I just have not yet. And I keep waiting for the day we grow up. And we just don't, bro. Like I can't get my hopes up for these days.
But that's what I think it is. I think it's more of a hopes up thing. It's like, oh, I've seen this story before. But I'm saying like, oh, if there's ever a time for us to like win it, oh my God, it is right now. Like it is overwhelmingly right now. That's what I'm saying.
What Marvin is saying, my nigga. Believe, nigga.
Yes.
Believe.
You guys not gonna like my
possible.
pick. You guys not gonna like my pick.
Who you got winning? Who you got winning, Cyril?
I got Miami.
What?
Bro, I got them being the Celtics. I'll give you that.
I got Miami coming out of the East. I got Miami coming out of the East.
Why do you got Miami?
I got Jimmy going nuclear again.
Why?
For the 4th year in a row.
Why?
Just because, like I said, I'm gonna stay consistent in my approach. I'm big on intangibles, and I feel like with Miami, it's no glitz, no glam. It's 100% grit. They everything they've been doing is to get ready for the playoffs as a team, and every year your team is a little bit different. This Miami team is different than last year's Miami team, but the main man is still the main man, and that's Jimmy Butler, the killer, the big killer in the NBA. Like that dude, you have to worry about that dude. Do not think because that man didn't make the All-Star game, that man wasn't in the media talked about in ESPN all year, that man is not somebody you have to worry about. Remember last year, he went to Milwaukee and snatched their hearts out first round and got the head coach fired over there. You get what I'm saying? The man went for 50. He went for 50 plus on them boys. Then the following game went for 40. Said, "Hey, go home. I'll meet y'all in over in on vacation. Like, hey, don't worry. Like, I'm looking at Jimmy and I'm like, I'm not betting against that dude in the East right now because none of them teams right now is looking crazy, especially with Giannis getting that like weird calf injury that's awfully close to the Achilles. Nah, I'm not. No, that's the same thing that happened last year. He hobbled into the playoffs. Jimmy went ahead and helped him by sending him a stretcher that took him to the hospital so he could go ahead and get right. Took him out the playoffs. Like, hey, don't embarrass yourself anymore. Jimmy is coming, fellas.
You know what's
Jimmy
crazy?
Pause.
Yo, I
Jimmy
love that.
Like,
that whole salute, that was amazing. Yo,
you know what's crazy though?
That shit gives me goosebumps. Guess what? Miami doesn't.
Jimmy's coming, fellas.
Miami loses in the
play.
play.
Like,
bro,
Miami loses in the play.
They made it to the finals after playing last year. But you know what's crazy? Miami low-key has a really good path to the Eastern Conference Finals at least. Because they play the Knicks if they win their first playoff game against or the playing game, right? Assuming they win that game, they play the Knicks, right? If they're the 7th.
No Randall. No Randall.
They play the Knicks.
No Randall.
And Giannis being hurt, right? Then if they win that series, they play the Bucks or the Pacers. I got Miami against either of those teams, particularly, well, if Giannis isn't playing, then I got Miami. And then we assume we're gonna run through whoever the fuck makes it out of.
Wait, so you're saying Miami's gonna beat Philly that first playing game?
Maybe I'm saying if they do, which I think they're capable. It's one game. Who knows? You know what I mean? Like anything can happen there.
I'm saying Miami doesn't get out of the play-in.
Nah.
How you say that when Jimmy sent Philly home before?
I think
when Joel was fully healthy.
Yeah.
I'm strictly just being hater.
I hate this because Miami is one of those teams. The more they play together, the better they're going to get, and they've been hurt a lot this year. So their record doesn't show how good of a team they are, and I don't like this because it throws a monkey wrench in like my vision for the Celtics
Yeah.
path. So
They're an anomaly. Like, you feel me? Like, you can't really call them
I
out.
hate them
Like,
niggas.
I hate that he even brought them up. You know
They
what I
got
mean?
the best. They got the
them.
best coach in the East. They got the best coach in the East right now.
they got the easiest path to the. If they win their first playing game, it's a cakewalk to the finals for them, in my opinion. It's like it's fucking meant to be, bro.
All I know,
Hey,
if we have to see those
Nah,
niggas in the
yo,
conference
please, yo,
finals,
y'all
it's like
need to stop talking.
you feel me?
Y'all need to stop talking, bro. Don't do this to me.
But,
Don't do this to me, please. Stop.
oh,
yeah, bro.
And I don't want to hear nothing about the Celtics are more talented. What happened last year?
I will say I think the Celtics might be just way more talented than everybody else, to the point where I don't think I don't know if
Dame
anybody can
Pritchard just dropped
overcome.
40.
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
They're just that much better. They're a
Wasn't he
little
there
more
last year?
talented. But I do think if we get Miami first round, right? Let's say we get Miami as the A seed, they lose to Philly, and then they beat whoever wins out of Atlanta and Chicago. If they hit that A seed, I think we beat them. But if we play them in the Eastern Conference Finals instead,
And they gain confidence.
that's when I'm like, I don't know, bro. I don't
Nah,
know.
fuck all that.
But
Fuck all
I
that.
think we beat Philly. I'm not worried about Philly at all. I'm give a shit about Philly. I'm not worried about the niggas.
Because
Marv reriding to the wheel fall off.
Hell yeah.
let me just make this last point. Obviously, if you was to sit here and say who would you rather have, Jason Tatum or Jimmy Butler, I think all of us will say Jason Tatum. But when you look at the series last year, from the eye test, and be real with yourself, who looked like the better player? Jimmy Butler.
Miami Heat looked like the better team overall. They were just a better team.
But at the end of the day, if we was to go ahead and talk about everybody else on that roster other than Jimmy Butler, come on, let's be real.
Yeah,
Like,
but when you got fucking one of them, the Martin twins, averaging fucking 25 a game in a series, like
For no reason, nobody saw that coming.
that's the anomaly.
it
But
goes to intangibles. It's
I
all
agree with you.
intangibles.
I agree with you. I think that speaks
But
to
he's not there this year.
I think, but that's the thing about Spoelstra and Jimmy. They're both guys who just do like Spoelstra will figure out how to put his team in the best positions to win, and Jimmy will figure out what he needs to do to gain an advantage to win. Like Jimmy's one of the smartest basketball players in the league. And I don't think we give him enough credit for that, but he is an extremely high IQ player. For everything he may lack in skill that we look for and that maybe Tatum has or whatever, he doesn't need
Or
that.
Luka, or whatever Luka has.
Right. He's gonna make the right
Because Luka has everything that Jimmy don't, but for
Right.
some odd reason, Jimmy gets the results that you would expect Luka to get.
I don't think we focus on that enough. Jimmy has all the little shit he does really well, and that leads to the success that he
Yeah.
he's like a
Defense is a
perfect
big
player.
part too. That Miami
Can't
Heat defense
disagree.
is crazy.
Also,
Hey,
Disagree.
Tyler Hero coming back. Boy,
Tyler Hero, Scary Terry, come
Terry,
on.
oh my
Bam.
God.
Oh,
What
Terry
about
Rozier's
X
on that
factors?
team.
I do not want to play these niggas. I do not want to play these
Bring
niggas.
I don't
them.
want to play these niggas
Bring
at all.
them.
I do
Bring
not.
them. I would love to beat those niggas.
I'm
I'm honestly
100%
scared.
on board.
I'm honestly
100
scared if you
I-
play them.
I think
I'm
if we
Celtics
get
100%
in
the
five.
on
first
board
round,
with
we're good.
Josh.
Ain't
If
no fear in
Miami
that
sees
hut.
them in the conference finals, it's up.
If
But
we
if they
get
see
them
him in the first
round,
round,
we'll be fine. We'll be
a
fine
little
in the
too
first
early.
round, but that's the type of team you can't let get in rhythm, get confidence, get what I mean, start to figure shit out because they elevate their level of play as the playoffs go on.
Because you don't talk about
Wait,
Miami
Philly
like
had
this.
just won 8 in a row.
I think so, yeah, or something like that, 7 or something
Where
like
the hell
that.
did that come from?
Well, Embiid's back.
Embiid's back, yeah.
So, I'm
That's
not
what I'm
worried.
saying. MVP Embiid. So who knows?
I'm not the least, but I hope we get. I think we'll beat either of those teams in the first round. I don't see us losing in the first round. If we lose in the first round, I literally might never watch the Celtics game again because I can't handle that level of heartbreak.
But Mike Gorman just retired. It was the last game today. So all I'm saying, we're winning it for Mike.
And if we do lose in the first round, dude, I blow the team up. Blow it up.
Right.
But if we can keep this team next year, I don't know if we can like sign Derek White and he stays and everything. 2 in a row.
Honestly,
could go.
there's no reason we should lose, bro. We beat ourselves, like Marvin was saying earlier. We just do dumb shit and beat ourselves. We just gotta
Exactly.
get rid of that. You know what I mean? Like, we just,
Yeah. Not the 3-pointers that you were saying, it hurts because it
That
was
was
so
on
ridiculous.
point.
It's like,
That was on point.
that's
That
how
was
we've
on
lost
point.
games for 5 years now. 5 years, ever since Kyrie was here. We lose the
Wait,
same.
real quick. Western Conference play-in. I just want to talk about the play-in.
So Lakers won, right? So they're the A seed.
Yeah, so it goes
They've been
Yeah.
AC.
Suns 7, Lakers 8, Kings 9, Warriors 10.
Suns lost
Today?
because if the Suns were beating Minnesota.
If the Suns win, they're going to be 6th seed.
Yeah. So if they win, they should be 6th seed. So did
No,
the
I think the games. Hold on.
The Suns were playing. They're playing.
Who are they playing?
Minnesota.
Let's see. No, Suns won.
Oh, Suns won. So it's Pelicans. So Lakers play the Pelicans again.
No.
No, but it's looking like that's what the standing's showing right now.
Yeah. That's what it is. So Lakers play the Pelicans again, and the winner of that the loser of that plays.
No, the Suns are still the 7th seed.
Not from what I'm seeing.
Yeah, no, the Suns are still the 7th seed right now. Yeah, they're still the 7th seed. Yeah, that's what it's showing at the moment. It's
What are y'all
interesting.
looking at? I'm looking at NBA.com. It says New Orleans 7.
I'm looking at everything. I'm looking at NBA.com. I'm looking at the app. Like,
I'm looking at Google.
Yeah, hold
but
on.
no, you know what? Because their record is tied, but for some reason, yeah, they got the Pelicans 6. I don't fucking know what the hell is happening. Let me go to NBA.com. Maybe I should do some refresh.
Screen?
Why is this up here?
Y'all see my screen?
Oh, let me see. Okay, well, yeah, that has to be right. Okay, I'm shutting my mouth.
Yeah, this
Never
is
mind.
live because they
That's
if
useless.
if they won they would have been 6th seed, and if they needed New Orleans to lose and they needed to win, which they won.
All right, but what up? All right, but so what
Damn,
up?
it's no longer a slugfest like it was before.
Damn, the Suns really lucked out, huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
With that being said, I'm gonna say my thing real quick. Lakers, Warriors, they're going in it, and I'm praying because Lord knows I don't want to see the Kings in there, and I don't give a fuck about the Pelicans.
I
Okay.
don't. I
Although
don't.
I think the Pelicans are interesting. I think if they get the right matchup, they can win.
Oh,
Josh,
easily. I don't want to see them
Josh,
playing.
Josh, I'm
Let
here to
those
tell
niggas
you
go
right.
on.
I'm here to tell you right now. We don't care. We don't care.
CJ McCollum could go lose to his brother. I don't know. I don't
If
give a
Lakers
fuck.
win their first playing game, they get Denver first round. Yeah, that's spooky.
OKC.
Well,
OKC. They get OKC.
I would love to see Lakers.
Oh no, because they'd be
versus
7th seed.
them.
You're right.
Well, I would love it if you can give me like Lakers versus an OKC or Lakers versus like Minnesota. That would be lit. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, yeah, Lakers need to lose this first playing game.
Nah,
Nah.
They got to lose this first
I
playing.
need these young niggas to lose first round so I can talk my shit.
Yo,
I need to talk my shit.
Lakers need to lose this first playing game.
Did you see what Nick Wright said about the Lakers should want Denver first round? Because he was
Really?
because he was saying, yo, if you have to get through Denver to go to the finals anyway, you got an older LeBron.
Anthony Davis just got hurt, dog. Nah, they need all the time they can get.
No, he played today. He was fine. He looked
Yeah,
good.
he
Let
walked.
me
He
hear
walked.
this Nick Wright
He left,
take.
he
I
left the
need to
game
hear
with 5
this.
minutes left in the fourth quarter.
But he was saying, if you have to play Denver at some point anyway, you might as well get them first round when you're as healthy as you're going to be. LeBron is as fresh as he's going to be.
I hate that though.
Multiple days between games, because once you get to the conference finals, you play every other day, so you don't get as much rest. So if you want, if you're the Lakers, you want to play the toughest matchup first, when you have as much rest as possible, because you're an older team, and that would benefit
But
you.
they won't have as much rest possible. They end up playing.
Yeah, but then they'll get 2 days in between games sometimes. When you get to the Western Conference Finals, you don't get 2 days in between games. So that was the point he was making. And I was like,
I don't think that's a bad point. That makes sense. It's not a bad point at all. Like I get it, but because the thing is this, like the one thing he's not putting in perspective is you tend to have a possibility of getting better too in the playoffs. You feel me? Chemistry could improve a bit.
But I think that
Exactly.
applies to Denver as well, though. I think
Yeah,
Denver
for
is
sure.
like,
No, it does for sure. But then then you just wish you just hope some other team gets Denver out of there.
I don't know who else beating Denver.
I don't. That's why I said you wish, dude. That's why I said you wish. You
I'll
just
be
wish.
honest. The only team I think is capable of beating Denver is
If you say Dallas, I swear to God.
hell
To
no.
me, it's Clippers.
I don't think. Nah, I
No,
think
no joke. If the Suns
Yo,
actually
y'all
played
can't sleep on the
good, I
Clippers,
think they
man.
could do it. But like the Suns are just so
I am
booty.
snoozing on the Clippers, especially if they get matched up with Denver at all. They're too small. They've struggled all year with.
Who do you trust? Who do you
guys.
trust more, the Clippers or the Suns?
I trust the Suns a little bit more.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
I don't think the Suns is a bad pick. I just think the Suns haven't played to their full potential. They just I don't
agree.
know what it is. They just
I agree.
I got
They
zero
just-
faith in the Suns.
I
I
got,
had zero.
I got
Bro,
no
they
faith
had
in either of them,
all
but
three. They had KD, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker in the game the other day, and they were down by 40.
I agree. But you could say the same thing about
To the Clippers.
Clippers been slacking lately. They're on a 3-game losing streak right now. Like,
No one's played.
what do you mean?
Harden got a shoulder
hasn't played.
strain.
Russell Westbrook just came
You
back,
got a shoulder strain.
Harden.
Oh,
and
boy.
James Harden's not playing.
That's
no
the
one's
other thing. If any of those big three is hurt, they're cooked. I think they might be cooked with those big three. I think Luka just has their number. I think Luka looks at them as food. Like he just is ultra confident when he's playing them. So I wouldn't be surprised if he gets them the fuck out of Dodge. Especially first round matchup. I don't know, man. Like the Clippers should be better than 51 games. Granted, they started the season off rocky, but they ended rocky too. Like you never want to be trending down when you're going to the end of the playoffs.
Quick
Facts.
question though. Quick question. Which of the top seeded teams do you see get knocked out in the first round?
Whoever plays the Lakers, unless it's Denver.
The Knicks.
The Knicks, I could see. If the Knicks have to play,
For me, it's
the
Minnesota.
The Knicks play the
Knicks have to play the
winner of
Sixers.
76ers and Heat.
I think Minnesota, if they get the luck of the draw and they get the wrong luck of the draw and they get the Lakers, I see them out of there first.
I think
Well,
whoever,
Minnesota's playing the Suns.
yeah, Minnesota's. No, the Minnesota's playing. Oh yeah, they
The
are.
Suns.
Yeah, Minnesota's playing the Suns for sure.
So Minnesota, what? Minnesota's the third seed?
Yeah, it looks that
Yeah,
way. Actually, hold on.
they are. They are.
Nah, but somebody hasn't played yet though.
No, all games are done.
Oh really?
Because if the Lakers win the
All games are
play-in
done.
and they're the seventh seed, they'll go up against whoever's number 2.
Which is Denver.
Whoa!
You missed
Yeah,
it.
that's what we're just talking
We
about.
were just talking about this. We were talking about how
Wow.
it might be better for them to play Denver early when they're as healthy as they're going to be, and there's more days rest in between games for LeBron. I think that's tough either way, but yeah.
I mean, being a LeBron fan, I think the whole aspect is if LeBron brings back zero dark 30. If he brings back zero dark 30 and he really locks in,
If LeBron beats Denver in the first round and goes to the finals,
Goated.
what? And then he went, nigga.
he already my
I don't
goat.
hear
So
nothing about Jordan ever again.
No, 100%. That's why my favorite team to win this year is the Celtics / LeBron.
If LeBron could get it done,
With
oh
you.
god,
With
that
you.
would be crazy. That's a story to tell.
If LeBron,
year 21?
I'm here to tell you right
In
now.
year
If LeBron wins the
21?
championship
Also-
this year, this season, right? This season, I'm never shutting up. I am never shutting the fuck up.
Also,
You guys gotta have to hear me until LeBron fucking retires. I swear to God, I am never shutting the fuck up.
bro, if the Warriors get that 8 seed, whoever they're playing is done. Oh, they be playing OKC. Get OKC the fuck out of here. Steph not losing to these niggas. You think Steph losing to these young ass niggas? Hell no. Steph sending these niggas.
Steph not losing, but Draymond might let it happen.
Yeah. Nah,
no,
nah.
Draymond mess around be the reason why
I love the Warriors, bro. I love the Warriors.
Draymond mess around be the reason they win.
Now, the Warriors are pretty sorry. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Klay Thompson lost something. No, I'm sorry, nigga. This may not be it. This might be a first round.
I don't care, bro. Steph not losing to no young ass niggas, bro. I
Steph
love
could drop
Shea.
40 and they could lose. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know, man. I don't.
Get them niggas the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's like OKC better be hoping they're getting them, not the Lakers. If they're getting the Lakers, that's when it's
Send the
gone.
niggas back to the Bay.
They're
Send
sending
the
their
niggas
ass
back to the
home.
Bay.
It's the Lakers.
Tell me where
6-game
they go.
series.
Tell me where they go.
Back to the Bay. Y'all funny.
Oh my god.
Man.
Now, all right, but we got to bring the hip hop. We got to bring the hip hop before this is
Oh,
over.
boy.
We got to talk about that nigga. There's no way we're not talking about that. No way.
Bro, I totally forgot about this.
You know I'm editing it into and everything.
All right.
Let me intro this shit. I'm excited. I don't know as the viewers if you have been paying attention to what has been happening in the state of hip hop, but there has been an array of disses left and right. Okay?
Yeah, what the fuck is going on? Where did this come from?
Well, Luke, I'm glad that you asked this question. It started with, "We don't trust you." Future and Metro Boomin teamed up to make an album. In that album, a song came out called "Like That," featuring Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar brought out a diss to Aubrey Graham, aka Drake. Drake, including another man, excuse me. J. Cole was also mentioned. I'm gonna get on that ass later. But
BBL.
basically what happened with that, it was a song that went number one. And it's still number one 3 weeks in a row. Everybody was asking, ooh, is Drake gonna respond? Is Drake gonna respond? Because Kendrick was frying that ass. He said, it's not the big three, it's just Big Me. Huge words, very strong words coming out by him. What ended up happening? Jermaine Cole dropped the diss track. 7-minute drill, a response to K-Dot himself. And then he went on stage and apologized. He apologized to the man. And he opted out, bowed out. He said, sorry, K-Dot. If you're going to come at me, I'm going to take it to the chin. He apologized in Dreamville, his own festival. And then he bowed out. After he bowed out, there has been an array of disses. And guess what happened? Future and Metro Boomin, before Drake even had a chance to respond, dropped, "We Still Don't Trust You." So many people included in it. Now, one of the disses that came out was A$AP Rocky himself. He dissed Drake, saying basically that he fucked his baby moms before Drake ever did, which was very disrespectful words. But Drake did diss him and Rihanna previously. So it was warranted. The Weeknd was involved in this. Rick Ross was involved with this. Oh, mind you, too, my goodness, who would you have thought? Jermaine Cole is on this album, too, switching sides, pulling a Kevin Durant. For years, I have said he is hip-hop Kevin Durant. I was proven correct yet again. Now, Drake actually responded. There has been a leaked track that I will say is fire. What is it?
Real,
Drop and give me 50. Fire is leaked everywhere on Twitter. Flames. I love it. Rick Ross responded in like 2 hours, 1 hour. I've never seen this before. Rick Ross responded, calling him white boy, talking about a nose job, talking about him getting like fake abs and wearing like his little bodyguard thingy, his little like bullshit that he'd be wearing in the show, saying he's wearing that to cover it. Rick Ross did go in. I think Drake is still up 1-0. I think Drake is looking like Thanos. So many niggas are coming at Drake. It's ridiculous. I have never seen this. They're trying to it's like 20 on 1. Now, Kendrick, it is his turn. It is his turn to respond. I'm waiting for it. It's going to get scary. Because apparently Kendrick has had something in the vault for 4 years. 4 years. It's not good. I'm not going to lie. This is the best state I've seen hip-hop in years because hip-hop has been trash lately. Trash. Trash. Very, very bad. Very, very bad. Side note, though, this is another thing happening because this doesn't even have anything to do with this. Chris Brown went at Quavo's ass. Fried that nigga. Quavo responded, he said, don't beat her up. Quavo came back. Everybody's beefing. Everybody's throwing jabs. I love it. This is entertaining, must-see TV. And guess what? This is the last thing I'm going to say myself. I want to see your guys' take on it. I have a conspiracy theory. This is a cover-up because niggas aren't talking about the Diddy shit as much.
I got something to say about that.
And J. Cole's a bitch. I don't respect that shit.
That's why
Get in the fucking ring, nigga. Get in the fucking ring.
All
Fucking
right.
ring. That's my take.
I'll be quick and
God damn
brief.
it.
Yeah, J. Cole's a bitch. Like, I'm so disappointed. I've never been this disappointed in an artist for a long time. Nigga had me talking all types of shit like, oh, I don't know, these other niggas can't rap with him. He been the best rapper in the world for like the last 5 years. Da 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 da. The off-season shit was crazy. Blah blah blah. And then he goes and does this shit. I look stupid. Fuck you. Anywho, to the Diddy thing. The first Drake leak song, the part where he was talking about Ross. He had a bar in there where he said something. Worry about that situation you got going on with, but it was clear.
I did hear
Diddy. The new version, the mixed and mastered one that leaked, he took that bar off. I was like, wait a minute, why did he take that out? That was the most flagrant part of the whole shit. What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
So you might be onto something, Marvin. There might be some Diddy, I don't know, behind the scenes shit going on. Like, yo, take my name. I don't know what. Diddy still got power clearly out here. You got niggas should don't want to put his name in bars and shit. So, but yeah, I love all this rap shit. Niggas know I'm here for beef all the time. I'm a fan of all these guys. So, and I'm a fan of messiness too. So, I'm with the shits. Also, side note, I was just on Twitter. This is crazy. Apparently, supposedly, you know, N95, I missed them around the Big Steppers.
Yeah.
Supposedly, the alleged ghostwriter of that leaked his reference track for it on his Instagram story. And that's been trending on Twitter right now about Kendrick having a ghostwriter. So this is crazy. I don't know what's going on. Not that I give a fuck, but I just find the timing of it crazy amongst all the other bullshit going on. But yeah, what the fuck is going on? Somebody tagged Quentin Miller saying this was that Quentin Miller wrote it too. Was supposed to have a writing credit.
You know them Drake fans will find anything.
But
They're working hard.
Some nigga posting it on his Instagram story. The alleged ghostwriters. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but this is crazy. Anywho, yeah, y'all go ahead.
All I gotta say is,
go ahead.
J. Cole a bitch. That's all I gotta say.
Moral of the story. After all that's been said, fuck all that mature therapy, I'm healed shit, nigga. This is hip hop. Get in the fucking room.
What do you want, man, nigga?
Now, I want to say this because I got to sneak this in real quick. I did a poll on this, and it's just the truth. A bunch of people, the people that said J. Cole was mature, 80% of them, they were women. If a bunch of these women are agreeing with you, you're doing something wrong. Period.
Right? Bitches don't listen to hip hop. They wasn't outside when Super Ugly dropped.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, you know what I mean, like, come on, dog.
Here, don't get us canceled.
This what I gotta say. This is what I gotta say. I love it. I love the competitiveness. Just like you all, you know what I'm saying? We all came up in that generation where beef really showed the best that these artists had to bring to the table when it comes to music. I need more people to jump in the game, jump into this battle. I need to hear Mos Def. I need to hear Mos Def hopping this. I need to hear more people. Right now, the emphasis is on penmanship. It's not about streams. It's not about sales. It's not about all the extra stuff. Even though Lil Uzi's going viral for having makeup on and doing Vogue on stage at Coachella.
I saw that.
You get what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, we need the elites to go ahead and set the standard for the next generation of rappers that, hey, all that extra stuff is cool, but it's about pen. It's about being actually able to rap. Just because you're entertaining, you get a bunch of clicks on the internet, like, that's not going to carry you when it comes to what's going on now. I need these elites to set the stage of, hey, we need dudes that actually know how to rap to come into this. You get what I'm saying? Like, I need some more of the old school dudes to kind of step up and kind of collaborate with some of these dudes and see what's going on and get in the fold. Because at the end of the day, like, a lot's been going on. The criticism in hip hop nowadays is a lot of the top dudes that's getting that push, that's getting that shine, that's getting all of this, the machine behind them and stuff like that. They really don't know how to rap. Like I just heard a new song from NLE Chopper, "Slut Me Out Too," and I'm like, bro, I'm not looking for Rick James, Prince vibes from a rapper. You get what I'm saying? I'm trying to hear somebody's pen right now, especially right now where you hear the elites like Drake actually trying to write some bars and stuff like that. Like I don't need none of that sideshow stuff. So right now, I love it. I'm disappointed in J. Cole because at the end of the day, you're one of the elite penmen when it comes to pen writing, rapping. You're one of the elites that everybody kind of reference and look to. And it's like for you to not want to be in the mix, you get what I'm saying? Like you lost what hip hop is all about. Hip hop in the very, very beginning, before money and it got commercialized, was just a bunch of dudes rapping against each other to see who was the best rapper. And because you, for whatever reason, you don't want to be in the mix to show that you're one of the best rappers in the world, disappointed in you. You lost what hip hop is really fundamentally all about. So I need Kendrick to go ahead and drop some nukes. I need him to set the new standard. I need him to have a couple people featured in that's going to be on some like a Mos Def, a Talib Kweli. You know what I'm saying? Those type of dudes, those type of cats that's really going to rap and can wreck your career. You know what I'm saying? I would be super hyped if somebody brought Cassidy out of the cut and was like, "Hey, my man's got bars for all of you guys too." So it's like at the end of the day, I love it because it's an opportunity for guys to show what their talents really are. And it's like if your talent isn't writing and you're known as a rapper, then go to the B team, go to another team. Let's go ahead and use a basketball analogy. We got LeBron James scrimmaging against KD. If you Grayson Allen, don't even come in this gym. We need the Stephs.
Was Grayson Allen catching straight?
You
Oh
know what
my
I'm
God.
saying? You get what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's like the way things is, dude, like you could get your career ruined right now. And I got all the respect in the world for Future because it's like, even though he's not known for his penmanship, he still was able to make a fire song with somebody that has an elite pen. And my biggest criticism for conscious rappers, for guys that are lyricists, is lyrics is great, but in today's world where everybody's attention span is the time span of a reel on Instagram, you gotta still have dope. It still gotta be a dope song. Still gotta have fire beats. Still gotta have a fire chorus and all that other stuff. So it's like right now we got the right dudes beefing with one another to where they can bring that influence and that attention to what fundamentally makes hip hop. And at the end of the day, hip hop brings is about controversy. You know what I'm saying? When you look back on any of the viral moments, any of the biggest moments when it comes to hip hop, it was about beef. You know what I'm saying? I know you guys all remember around the time when Tupac and Biggie was beefing with one another. That was huge. That brought the world's attention to what was going on between those two. Till this day, people are going viral about what they know behind the scenes about that whole situation between them two. So it's like right now, I just hope more rappers and emphasis on rappers join in on this situation to shed light on their talents on what hip hop is really all about. Like, let's get it on. Like, I want to know amongst all these dudes that are the elites that get all these streams, that get all these album sales, like, who's really the best at what they do? And if everybody want to go up against Drake, cool, take the crown. But then let's figure out who solely really has the crown. And I'm hoping Kendrick drops some nukes soon. Drop nukes, fire the game up because it's a lot of stuff going on right now, a lot of funny stuff going on. And it's like, I don't know what influence Diddy really had on a lot of people. No Diddy, but behind the scenes, he might have had a lot more influence than what we even know. So I look at it to where it's like, hey, Kendrick, bring that masculine energy back. Let them all know, hey, fuck all that bullshit. We rapping. We really rapping. So let's get it on. Let's get it on. I hope Kendrick does what I hope he really does and like get with some of these dudes that really know what they doing when it comes to spitting on a mic. Because the major criticism, which was just said by Marvin, is hip hop been on some bullshit. So bring it back. It's easy. Just bring the guys back, hop in the stew. It's not going to take nothing. And I'm pretty sure, from the finances and the behind the scenes business that got to go down, guys will figure it out. Come on now, put the game on fire right now. Let's bring lyricism back. You know what I mean? Let's bring lyricism back because everybody's watching right now. Athletes, record label executives, the common fan, everybody is watching right now. So let's go ahead and bring the attention back to what talent you actually have to do this. Like, that's what it's all about. Like, J. Cole being scared to want to compete with these dudes, that's not real. And your fans is disappointed because we all know he's good enough to be on par with these dudes. And for him to just choose to not want to partake, then at the end of the day, it just shows to me he's scared of competition. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously he's not the de facto number one. And obviously, based off of his choice, he can't be the de facto number one, or even in the argument to be the de facto number one. Because what's going on right now, all it is just rap. We talking about R.B. Grant. We're not talking about 50 Cent and Supreme. We're not talking about Fat Joe. We're not talking about, you know what I'm saying, some of these other dudes that we know that beef can bring some very nightmares to people's realities. All it is entertainment. And you still don't want to partake? Oh yeah. At this point, I never want to hear anybody ever say that J. Cole's the best in the world because he don't want to prove it right now when the other elites are ready to go to prove that. You know what I mean? And that's all I got to say. J. Cole, you need to look yourself in the mirror, bro, and realize what is the real reason why you rap. Are you doing it for the financial gain? Are you doing it for the fan base? Are you doing it just to have fans and to be famous? Or are you doing it because you feel like you're one of the greatest to ever do it?
J. Cole, get in the booth, bitch.
I gotta have said that better myself. Oh my god! This is a side note, like not fully related, but a little bit related. This does tie into the basketball world too, because Ja Morant caught a stray from Drake. I don't know what he did to Drake, but he caught a stray.
Sorry, at one point or something, but that was crazy. I did not see that coming at all.
Yeah, I was
like, what? Like what?
Shout out to that ball player that be busting out the gritty. Something.
Oh, I heard that. That was about Ja.
Yeah, it was about Ja. Yeah,
I was thinking to myself, like, who is he? What ball player is he talking about right now?
He came at him, and I was like, huh? I was like, what the hell did Ja do? Like they had some meme, bro. They had a meme that had me dying. You know the Green Goblin shit when the mask is talking to him.
Yeah,
they said Ja Morant's gun talking to him. It's like you're weak. You'd be dead, bro.
That shit was crazy.
Now, Twitter is crazy right now. Shout out to Israel. He requested this one. We're gonna be doing like sometimes we're gonna do other topics. It's not just basketball. You feel me? Sometimes we talk about football. Sometimes we talk about hip hop. Give us your suggestion, people. You know what I mean? Like this is a very fun topic. I wanted to talk about this. I had some stuff to get off my chest. I honestly love your takes, guys. I'm happy that we all agree the J. Cole thing should have been handled a little better. I don't know if he'll ever redeem himself. I will say this. I will be listening to the fall off. I gotta see. Like, I hope there's an explanation for this. Might delete later.
Bro.
I didn't listen to it for a week. I just started being able to listen to it again. I was disgusted.
He started beef. No, he didn't start the beef. Excuse me. He reacted to the beef and then fucking quit and then jumped to the opposition. This is very unlike you, Jermaine Cole. Very unlike you, sir.
All right.
Not getting that good goosey.
Y'all ready to wrap this up?
I'm ready to wrap this shit up.
Yeah, I think this was a great session. Good job, boys. I love this one. Top tier.
All right, man.
2 hours.
Facts. It's been real. Appreciate y'all watching, listening, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Tell your mom, tell your mom's mom. And
tell your mom's sister.
We will see
y'all.
Yes.
See y'all.
Peace.